Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play the Kerbal Space Program. We have a bunch of money. We can finally upgrade our vehicle assembly building to support more parts. Hooray! We've got some more science, and we've got a ton of missions. We've got 3 missions to launch satellites, 2 of which are to go around Kerbin, here and here, and another one that wants a polar orbit of the moon. That's Minmus, right over here. And I actually have, like, no clue. I mean, it's easy enough to go from here to there and sort of get in a orbit. But to get into a specific orbit, I don't know if I can pull that off. But it's going to be good practice. Almost certainly there's going to be some failure here. But, I don't know. I guess failure is part of the game. We do have some extra science. I'm not sure what will help us the most. My god, things are being slow and laggy. I have no idea what's going on here. Like, at all. But feeling very slow and laggy. Do we need more propulsion systems? I don't think so. Advanced construction. You know what I will want is landing things, because I want to go to Minmus or land on the moon or something at some point. So I'm going to unlock that now when I'm thinking about it. Because we can't get anything on this level. We don't need miniaturization. Advanced flight control. Yeah, some RCS options, which we might find handy. And we're 0.2 science away from something else. And that's with me doing... I did some of those testing component jobs on the field over here. So we're going to do that. Anyway, now that I've unlocked that, let me actually just do a quick little save here so I don't have to worry about doing that again. Let's build something. Now, I think it's going to need quite a bit of Delta V because those missions are like, go out like 15 or 16 million meters. Oh, also, and I don't get my mission view here. Oh, no, wait, maybe it was at the bottom. I'll load up the proper one for mission control. I got to get that mod that lets us go from any one building to any other building, which will be nice. This one needs a material bay. This one, no, not that one. This one needs a thermometer. An antenna can generate power. Thermometer. I'm going to do this one because even if I fail, it'll still mean I have a satellite in orbit around Kerbin, which can beam back science and maybe complete some other quests later on. So we're going to give this a try. But you can see here we need to get to 17 million meters, 11 million meters, 28.8 degrees inclination, and then a longitude of the ascending node. Okay, so this is how tilted we are, and this is at a point that longitude of the ascending node. So it's this purple one we'd be looking at. And I guess, okay, so the inclination's the tilt, and the longitude says, like, this is, like, it's tilted here, as opposed to tilted on this side. Christ, this is going to be tough. How do we... I suspect I'm going to need a crap ton of rocket fuel in space to actually get this to work properly. If I had the electric engine and had, like, unlimited fuel, then I'd eventually be able to get there with enough time warp. I have no idea how to pull this off. Although, that comes really dangerously close to Moon. One of these days, it's just going to smack into Moon. Well, I mean, there's a bit of a distance, but not that much. Oh, well, anyway, it'll be practice. Almost certainly I'll fail. But it'll be a good exercise. And we can play with 255 parts now. Hooray! So, we're going to start with the Probodobodoadine, whatever, Octo over here, which will provide command and also basic SAS for our launch over here. It needs a thermometer and needs solar power. So let's go ahead and get some of that down right away. We'll also throw in an engineering system. Actually, we definitely need that. Engineering system. I don't know, a 10 on the top. Is it not lock? Hang on. I guess not. Whatever, just click there. It'll look reasonable-ish. Thermometer there. Solar panels. Solar would be under utility. Like that, and then give it some extra batteries or something so it can deal with an eclipse. Oh, actually, there we go. I forgot it was octagonal. Oh, I don't have my symmetry turned on. Derp, 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 derp. Do this. We can actually go 4-way. Symmetry. Like so. All right. So, there's that. Now, we don't really have... we do have monofuel. Monopropellant tanks. Because I could use monopropellant to actually get us somewhere. Oh, I didn't grab the RCS stuff. Never mind. I guess we're not going to do that. No, it's under command and control. So, if apparently I can do this, it doesn't give me any delta V information. Oh, because it probably doesn't have any monopropellant by itself, does it? And if we just stick a tank on top in some sort of weird, awkward place. No, it still doesn't give me that. I have no idea. I have no way to tell like how much ability to position myself this would be. Probably not enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a fuel tank under there with a, not a poodle, a terrier. A terrier engine. And this is going to be our satellite. It has an ability to rotate itself, not very quickly, mind you, but it does. It's got almost 3,000 delta V, so we can do a fair bit of tweaking of our position in space. I mean, I suppose I could go like crazy with the fuel. You know what? Let's give ourselves a lot of opportunity to correct our mistakes. Of course, this is going to require a lot more to launch. This gives me double the delta V. But my rotation ability is going to suck. No, you know what? Feels stupid. Let's go back to this. It's fine. Alright. Something kind of like this. There's no way we're going to get to orbit. Let's go get a stack decoupler. And then right away, I'm going to put in a small inline reaction wheel. Actually, maybe the advanced inline reaction wheel? Okay, like this. Because this, the probe top doesn't actually have a lot of ability to rotate itself. And so this will give us a lot more rotational juice. Now we got to make sure that we can actually, you know, get into orbit. So, I don't know, big fuel tank plus the swivel engine. We've got to go into like millions of orbit. I'm worried that that's not going to be quite enough. Can I just like double stack these tanks? I'm worried that my thrust to weight ratio and ultimate delta V is not going to be quite there. And we're up to 6,000 delta V. The thrust weight is pretty poor to start off with. Let me split the difference here. Like that. That's... Alright. Put the swivel back on. And then we'll throw in the radial connectors. The radial decouplers. Get some more. So we're gonna end up with a lot, well, hopefully, like massive excesses. Oh, let me close that. Because I'm used to going to the left-hand side of the screen to pick my category there. Do something like that, and then move you there. It's a fair bit of delta V. We can do it even better. If we take these and wire it into that. There we go, 7,300. That is a lot. We do have to go pretty high into orbit, but that should hopefully be good. I don't know about sticking fins on here. I don't think it'll actually be required. We might be able to get these parts back if we go and throw on a couple of radial mounted parachutes like that. Because they should be low enough that they won't burn up. We should be able to recover them, make some extra money now that we've got extra parts. I'm not going to worry about this phase because it almost certainly will detach once we're in orbit. Although we might be able to, if we had another probe core on there. We might be able to steer this back in. It doesn't have a heat shield or anything. You know what? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's fine. We'll just let that get trashed. Alright, 17 grand to put this thing into space, and almost none of it is coming back ever. But we'll have something in space that can take temperature readings in orbit around Kerbal whenever we want, and that's something... Oh, it needs a battery pack, almost certainly, just to get a little bit of extra juice. It shouldn't be in an eclipse situation. Oh, it does have a battery pack there. We've got the engineering, the actual sensor, lots of solar panels, the battery packs, and just... Alright, no, I'm feeling okay with this. We need to take these parachutes and move them to that layer. So, stage 1, light all the engines. Stage 2, detach, blow the parachutes open. Stage 3, That goes, and we can start this whenever we want. Okay. Sat launcher Mark 1. I'm gonna warn you right now, I'm almost certainly gonna fail to do my quest. But we'll get a satellite in space, hopefully we'll learn something. Maybe we won't, but we'll try. I could put some little nose cones on there. I don't know how much they weigh. Not that much. What does that do to my delta V? So we're at 7290 right now. Oh, doesn't hurt anything, and theoretically will give us better aerodynamics. We still have kind of a weird flat top over there, but let's see if it works. All right. So, I'm just going to launch along the equator, even though almost certainly... Why is this tippy? It's not even. Why is it leaning over? It should be perfectly symmetrical. That's freaky. Maybe we'll be fine. Could possibly go wrong. Well, we could lose a bunch of money. Alright, we seem to be okay. So I'll just give it just a scooch towards the east. Not much. I should have my command key on there. Just a scooch. And we're not going to get any inclination from this, which means a lack of efficiency. Well, those engines are really loud when we take off, huh? Let me throttle back here so we don't get too much air resistance. Speed is still growing, but the air is thinning out at the same time. Throttle up just a little bit here. Over 10,000. Apoapsis. Good. Okay, we can detach that. Go back to full throttle. I'm hoping that those things aren't going to die. We'll see how it goes. We should really be going at like 45 degrees, like about like 5 to 10 kilometers ago. I was too distracted looking down. So, there we go. Now, and I could have done this a little sooner, we're going to go straight horizontal. Or apoapsis will continue to go up a little bit, but mostly we're just looking to round off our flight. We're still in the atmosphere, but it's really thin here. Sometimes I wait until a little bit longer than that. So, okay, now I'm looking straight down, so we're going to get a counterclockwise thing, which is good. So hoping to get into a vaguely round orbit and then be able to bring it up. And we are rising quite quickly. We're still in the atmosphere. I'm staying in the atmosphere a little longer than I would ideally like, although I don't think there's much in the way of resistance. Here come the stars. Apoapsis is definitely going up. But that's okay. I mean, I could have targeted like the 75 or 70 or 80 or whatever, you know, just to be in technical orbit, but there's nothing wrong with this. We need quite a bit of it. Okay. Detach that. So we have almost 3,000 delta V left. So at this point, I will wait until we're at our apoapsis a bit and then bring up our periapsis. And I wonder if we were in a lower orbit, if it would have been easier to manipulate some of our angles. So we are aiming for this purple one. So we will want to ultimately incline ourselves this way. Can I set a target? Does it allow me to do anything like that? No. So the ascending node and the periapsis will be super close to one another. I have no idea how to work this out. If we just start to give ourselves, like if I go here and add a maneuver and do some of that, whoa, that is not at all what I was expecting. Okay. At this node. No, so the other way. Okay, hold on. That's a thing. So that'll be very close to the correct inclination. We can get specific stats over here. And then at the same time, as we're doing that, we also need to do that. Now, I don't want to overkill it because we're going to do some more maneuvers, and quite a few of them. Whoa. What happened there? We actually got caught on the moon. Okay. Oh, yeah, you can see here. By adding more of the inclination boost. What the hell keeps going on there? We are actually increasing our apiapsis, or apo, whatever we want to call it. Where are we currently? Right, yes. Yes, we're coming along this way. So I'm going to scooch towards it, but I'm not going to do too much. In fact, let me pull back a little on that. We can do it in a few maneuvers. There's no reason we all have to do it in one big chunk. It's okay. It's okay. So we're going to be mostly tilted. We'll be most of the way out the orbit. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and... we've got our SAS on right now. Oh. Oh, we recovered our stages. Good. Distance, speed. Well, we got some of our money back from those. Okay, very cool. Electric charge is fine and should always be fine, unless we find ourselves in the shadow of Kerbal, which would certainly be a little bit annoying. Okay, let's turn off the SAS. We're going to quickly add to the next maneuver and warp. So we have our maneuver plan to try to tilt in the correct direction and increase our periapsis, which is good because right now our periapsis would still be inside the atmosphere, so we would definitely have a really, really bad time. All right, turn on the SAS. Yes, that's fine. There's my maneuver. So it's a combination, it's a split between the anti-radial or anti-normal. I don't remember what this one is. And that. Just one of the reasons, like, I might be able to figure some of these things out, like, sort of eyeballing here, but I can't remember what all the symbols are all the time. Estimated burn 2 hours. No, that's not the case. Just, oh, it's because we're not on the right stage yet. There we go. I don't know why sometimes you end up with a dummy stage there. And then if we did a little bit of that just to get a sense of it. Okay. It's going to be about a 30-second burn. So we'll wait until we've got... like the tips always say wait until you're halfway there, but yeah, all right, I guess we'll do that. At 14 seconds, we'll go. So let's go ahead and speed things up. It's very nice out here. A little more. And go for burn. Still gonna have plenty of juice left in the tank, I think. It's starting to eat up, but this is one of the most major maneuvers to try to improve our periapsis here. Round out our orbit a little bit more at higher altitude. Let me just correct my direction a little bit. There you go. Burn a little bit longer. All right. Okay. So that's something. Now, at the other end, I guess, is where we'll want to do more maneuvery. And right now I'm mostly eyeballing it. We can get exact numbers, and I can burn in this direction, either here or burn in the other direction somewhere else. But this is pretty close that way. What was? Okay. Let's cancel a little bit of that. Because what I want to make sure is that I don't... that twists me around, which is not what we're doing. That lifts me there. Okay, I think we're doing some of these adjustments in the wrong place or something. Do not hit the warp button. No, I want... There. Maybe I should focus on... just getting my orbit to be a little bit closer to the right size. And then do the twisting. Yeah, because I think, I don't think we were going to want to do it right there. I think the spot is almost more like here is what's going on. So yes, I'll just, again, we'll do this as a series of maneuvers. We'll baby step our way up. We'll try to get closer to the right size. And then we'll keep messing with the inclination at different points. Like, it's too bad. If I had a target, I'd be able to get some of my own nodes here and figure something out. Okay, that's going to have to be good enough. Lots of electric charge still. Moon's out of the way. That's important. How much do I have left? 1,800 more delta V. Let's find our maneuver point. Whoa! Right, which is pure prograde. Which I think is good. Guys, I have no idea what I'm doing. But hopefully we will get there. Okay, that is pretty direct prograde. Let's go ahead and speed up, not too much. Fuck, I went right past it. Still, we're still in mostly the right direction, mostly the right place. I did mess with my apoapsis height. Well, no, I just basically moved where it was. Okay, go away. All right, you're pretty close. So now again, we'll burn from the other side. Get it super close there. Just a 1 second burn on the other side is what it's looking for. Does not take much to get pretty dramatic changes. Which is why I'm actually really worried about once I start messing with my inclination. Well, I'm not warping to my maneuver, I think, is part of it, too. I think that's a big part of what's going on there. Let's use this, warp to maneuver. Okay. So I wait for the time warp to come down. So that it can actually turn. There it goes. Whoa. It's a good thing we have unlimited electricity. And we're not using RCS. All right. Tick, tick. I wonder if later on you can get probes that can automatically point prograde and different things like that. Okay, I'm just going to hit like one little bit of shift and then stop. I know we're not exactly at our nodes, but it's so big that it's not changing much at all. So that's good. All right, let's go. Where's our quest? It's not that one. Temperature scans is not this one. Satellite. It's not this one, because that's the one that needs the material. Materials bay. It's this one here. Whoop. Seriously? Thermometer. Apo of 17 million. No, wait, what? Oh, so we actually have quite a bit of ways to go. So we got our periapsis is fine, slightly overkill. We're actually in a shockingly circular orbit, which means it doesn't actually matter where I burn. Our Apo will kind of go up, but I've got to make sure it's at the right place. Basically, I want to do it at the opposite side of this, which is right where I am now. So I want my blue to keep going. Okay, so... Wow. And there we go. Okay. We are very, very, very similar in size. What we are missing is we need to tweak our inclination. And I don't know where to do that. If I do it here... Well, yes, but then we'll also have to do it here. But, what? How do I get the thing that I want? Trash that. It's very confusing with some of these circles. I wish I could get rid of some of these. Yeah, I don't need to see the moon. I don't need to see the other satellite that I'm not doing. I hope I'm doing the right one. I hope it's the purple one. Yes, it is. The purple one's the one that wants temperature readings. Or do I just... You know, I want to bring this part down here. Is that... No. What about these? No. So I'm right to think, okay, right about here we cross. So here we're on the right axis. So we can twist from there. Alright, hold on. So we're blue, we want to be along the purple. Oh shit. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, we are getting so close, you guys. So we're crossing their orbit now. And then we're trying to make that... Okay. All right. Okay. Move to the next maneuver. It is going to be a very, 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 very short burn. It takes very little. We're so far out. It takes so little burn to change our path. It's amazing. I guess because we're in microgravity, really. So it's like, it's all inertia at this point. Plus, you know, vaguely tethered to a planet. But other than that, we've got... Anything we do makes a massive difference. So we only need 69 delta V. We've got 1,500 left in the tank. I'm not sure about this interface. Someone's going to have to, like... How do I optimize these buttons? Alright, we don't need that anymore. 2 minutes away. Let's go and get ourselves vaguely pointed towards the maneuver, which will be towards... whatever the pink triangle is. Normal, radial, one of those. Normal, anti-radial, one of those. Let's not miss this. And yeah, we'll have to be very gingerly. I'm just going to be hitting Shift X, Shift X, Shift X. Shift gives us like a tiny, 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 tiny bit of thrust, and X kills it all. It's really not going to take a whole lot. And we should see things shift pretty well. If need be, we can just wait until the next time we come by and make another tweak. I don't want to overshoot it, overdo it, have to undo some things. We've got infinite fuel, effectively, for these tiny, tiny little corrective maneuvers. A little warp and a little slow down, since it takes a while for the warp to change. All right. We're about I'm going to start at sort of now. And go and stop. Go and stop. Thank you, Windows, for tabbing me out temporarily of something very, 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 very tricky. I really appreciate that. You heard that bong? Yeah, I couldn't actually hit my keys at that point because another window decided to take control of things. It was very, very helpful. Did I just complete the quest? Okay, I take it back. This is my greatest success so far in the game. It's not zooming around the moon. Now, landing on the moon, or Minmus, landing on another foreign body, I think will still be a greater success. But this, we didn't have to do a scan, which is interesting. That's 100,000 space bucks, plus some science. Oh, and yeah, one of our stages got, destroyed. The one that we didn't have parachutes on. That just letting me know it crash landed and went away. Not only that, but we have a satellite in orbit that can transmit science back home whenever we have a quest that prompts for it. Wow. Just hoping that bong doesn't mean there's a problem with my recordings. I don't think so. So, I mean, I could do it now. It'll be like a 0. But you know what? I'm going to do it on principle. Boom. 0 science added. Communication done. There may be times when we will be in the shadow of Kerbin, but this far out, it would be very, very rare. And with the inclination, it's only going to happen very rarely that so if we were orbital, then every pass, there would be a moment when we would be in the shadow of Kerbin. But with this inclination, it's only when the tilt is such. So there's 2 points in my inclination orbit where I can sort of potentially be between Kerbin and the sun, but only if that happens, if that level crossing, when we're flat on the sort of orbital plane of Kerbin, right, the 0 degree inclination, which will be here and here, right? This is where we're sort of flat on the plane. That's when we could be in the shadow, but it's only going to happen during the time of year when those 2 points are going to be on the opposite side of Kerbin. The entire time, rest of the year, so the other, I don't know, 300 or so days, depending on exactly how big the shadow is, even when we pass those 2 points, we won't be shadowed, which is pretty good. We could, if we had fold-out solar panels, it would be nice because they'd auto-track the sun. There's a possibility that we might end up in some sort of setup where we're not going to see it. I don't know if there's like an angle here, but it doesn't matter. Effectively, I mean, we could just fast forward. It's not like this thing has to run continuously. And it'll never crash land. I can't tell you how fucking happy I am about this run. I could probably, the other mission, the other contract is worth quite a bit of money. Let's go back to the Space Center. The other contract is worth quite a bit of money as well. It's less useful to us because the material bay on it can only be used once, and it has to be launched with the material bay. But that's why I started with this one. But there's no reason I couldn't do the other one. Specific orbit of Kerbin. There. We already got our advance, of course, but another 107,000 plus some science for doing it, and it just feels oh so good. I don't know if it would be a fun video to watch. I might do this one off screen. Because it's mostly just this sort of fiddly stuff. And I've proven I can do it at least once. So there we go. Oh, test this at the launch site? Okay, well, whatever's attached to it ain't coming back. Well, that's not necessarily true. Well, it sort of is. So I could build a whole assembly to stick on top of this bad boy. So that I can recover the control module. But what I could just do is the Steputnik Mark 1 is only worth 300 bucks. If we stick that on the top of the kickback booster and just say, there you go, have fun, we'll complete that quest. Pretty sure that's true. Only downside is we'll have to watch it finish. There we go. Yay! 8,000 space bucks. Cost us the Stace Sputnik. I guess I could have recovered the solid rocket booster, couldn't I have? I never think about that. And actually, oh, I'm really dumb about, well, yeah, no. I could have, oh, I could have launched this. I could have quote-unquote launched this with no fuel. It would have just sat there on the launch pad. We would have gotten it all back. So we lost more money than we needed to. And that's interesting. It'd be really funny if it just exploded. Ah, the Steputnik actually took quite a bit of damage. I wonder what the Apoapsis is going to be here. I guess they're so late. They're so light. Wow. I gotta say, that's pretty impressive. We're going to cut the video here. I could have saved money there. Look at just these little efficiencies. I could have put in 0 fuel. I wouldn't have spent the fuel. I would have instantly recovered it. I got to remember that when it comes to testing solid rocket boosters. Poo. Poo, 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 poo. I test other things pretty well, but not that one. Thank you very much for watching another one of these videos. I'm so ecstatically happy. I can't even tell you. What? Oh, I can change what gets tracked here. Oh, that's interesting. I can actually go to the Space Center from here? Good. Maybe because it's unmanned, I can switch back to it here, even though it is so not in orbit. So it's going to crash at some point. I'm sure it won't kill anyone. We'll also have to science next time. We can science now. I don't know, like, you know what? I quite like this stack tricoupler. I think we could do some really cool stuff with it, so I'm probably going to unlock that. I mean, again, ultimately, we'll get everything on this level up until we can... Or we could save up money to upgrade our science center and then go and get, like, a mainsail engine here. How much does it cost? Way, way, way too much. Oh, and that's surface samples and everything, but that is too much money. It doesn't help if I keep wasting money stupidly here. But a satellite contract is worth quite a bit. Yeah, I'm not going to upgrade it, but I will go ahead and pick up advanced construction because I think we could have fun with this tricoupler to make some cool designs that are potentially more stable. All right, thank you very much for watching this, guys. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.